output challenges in a variety of positions, we start to recognize the relative output compared to how we tested it. And we're going to see when we explore the functional continuum coming up that we're going to do it initially relative to what the person walks in with, relative to their body, their limb. So there's an interesting and important piece of the puzzle. Now, as soon as I say sensory function, a lot of people go, proprioception. Remember we talked about that word. That's a piece of the puzzle. Right now, I'm going to put down this word because it extends far, 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 far from proprioception. Proprioception, if you look it up, most medical dictionaries refer to it as an awareness of positions. Some include kinesthesia and motions of limbs, your body, whatever, an awareness of where that is, a recognition, a knowingness of those positions or changes in positions independent of sight. Where we're going to include with this vision as an increase in awareness, right? An opportunity to affect awareness. We're going to include, we'll include the proprioception, of course. We're going to include this cool thing called interoception. And you're going, oh, Tom, you made that up. No, I didn't. I learned it from a really smart guy I know. Interoception. Your perceptions of how things are doing inside of you. It's a way of saying it. The well-being, the status of your internal components. Really important, relatively new thing on people's radar that discuss and study neuroscience. The thing about awareness is that it's both cognizant to spell that right? Cognizant, meaning you are paying attention outwardly. You're focusing, there are things that you can go, what's going on with this? You're aware of it. But then there's also, I could call it non-cognizant. I think the word, and you got to be careful with these words. Subconscious. Now, subconscious can go back to psychology, and you've got your subconscious mind. And I could say you're unconscious, but then people think that means you're sleeping, when in fact, books very often now on the subjects consider subconscious and unconscious, meaning you're not consciously aware of something. That's where I'm going with this. No matter how you think of it, there are things we're going to see that your body's kind of taking inventory of that you're not always aware of, that you're not dictating through your awareness. So there are both involved in that. So there's some really cool things there. And why is this important? It can totally alter the outcomes of these things. One of my favorite examples, and I'm going to give it to you 1,000 times, is because it transcends just, oh, you severed a spinal cord. Diabetes is interesting. It's of epidemic proportions, and more kids have it than ever before. It's not a unique thing, so you will have clients that have it if you deal with real people. So what is it about them? Well, very, very, very often, the lower extremity, especially the feet, start having reduced altered blood supply, altered sensations, and that's a big deal because when people do this single leg standing, single leg squat assessment, as a beginning assessment, which is unethical, but they're going, oh, something's weak. Oh, they need to practice. You know what? You can't practice. And you can't be strong where you're not aware you're supposed to be, or when you're not aware that you're supposed to be. So balancing when you can't feel the most important information coming in, which is through the bottom of your foot, relative to balance, is a tough thing to pull off. And people think you can just train it. It's really tough to train what you can't feel. So anyway, some things to think about there. Now, ultimately, while these are pieces of the puzzle, in order to, one of my favorite words, own movement, in order to own your posture. When we talk about posture, people think, oh, we did postural exercises. What are those exactly? And maybe they help, maybe they don't. It is very rare, actually, that people aren't standing a certain way because they don't have the muscles to do that. And if you